Hi, this is the Marshall Haze 40, part of the Marshall Haze range. The Haze 40 is a 40 watt all valve 2-channel combo with built-in digital effects as well. What I'm going to do is take you through this amp, how it works, how you can get some really cool sounds out of it, show you the features, and then a little bit later we'll look at the built-in effects and just how they work as well. First and foremost, inside the combo just here, you've got a 12-inch Celestion marquee speaker. The marquee speaker was designed in conjunction with Celestion specifically for the Haze range to deliver the best in terms of sound. So looking across the top panel, going from left to right, after your guitar input, you'll see there's two switches. The first is a bright switch to brighten up the sound. I'll show you how that works in just a minute. And just underneath that, you've got a boost switch for boosting the overall sound. Again, I'll take you through how that works. Next to that, you've got your first control, which is for the normal channel, which is the volume control. Next up, you've got two more switches. One of them is the channel switch to change to the overdrive channel, and underneath that you've got another boost switch. This time that boost switch is for the overdrive channel itself. The overdrive channel consists of gain and volume. Then you've got your EQ, which is made up of treble, middle, bass, and presence as well. Towards the end, the last three controls are for your effects section. You've got your reverb level. The reverb works on its own independent pot. Then you've got your effect depth and your adjust for adjusting each effect. Once again, I will be showing you how all of these things correspond with the effects. Finally, at the end, you've got a black button, and this is where you bring in your effects. All right, so coming all the way back to the left-hand side of the panel now, we're going to be starting on the normal channel. I've set the volume on this quite low, about 1.5, something like that. This is without the bright or boost, and this is the sound that you get from it. Now what you can do obviously with that is bringing in the bright switch, just pressing that down. Now you'll hear everything is a lot brighter. Once again without. So if you have darker sounding guitars like I've got here, then the bright switch is a really useful tool to have. Next up, what we're going to do first off is just start to increase the volume on the normal channel. It will start to break up a little bit like you'd expect from a valve, specifically a Marshall valve amp. So this is with the volume now on about 1/3. And now bringing in the boost switch is going to boost the overall sound of the normal channel to this. You can carry on increasing the volume on the normal channel if you want. If you want even more gain out of this sort of basic channel, you can. On 2/3, for example, with the boost in, you get this. By taking the boost back out with the volume still at 2/3, it does sort of clean it up a little bit to this. So all those sounds that you've heard so far is just from that one channel on this amp, and we haven't brought in any effects or anything like that. That's just working from that the volume on the normal channel along with the boost and the bright switch. What we're going to do now, we're going to move over to the overdrive channel. I'm going to access that by just pressing the channel selection switch just there. And the way that I've set this up, along with the EQs, which I haven't changed, incidentally, my EQs are all on about 2/3 for this, with the presence on 1/2. I've set the volume for the overdrive channel on 1/2, and at the moment I'm going to bring the gain down to about 1/4. Now this channel is voiced differently, obviously, and in terms of gain and depth and sound, it will sort of take over from where the normal channel leaves off. So this is starting off quite tame, as I said, with the settings, gain on 1/4. By bringing the gain up to about 2/3 now, you get this kind of thing. So you can hear the amps wanting to start to feed back. Now remember that this is just a 40 watt combo and that the volume for the overdrive channel is on half, but it's still reacting the way that it is. What I'm going to do now is leave the gain where it is, but press in the boost button, which will change the sound that you just heard, which was this. And now with the boost, change it to this. If you wanted even more from that, then all you do just increase the gain. So just to give you an idea of how much gain there is in this amp on the overdrive channel, this is with the gain on absolute maximum. Still got this thing controlled because the volume for the overdrive channel is on half, so it's not absolutely deafening or anything like that, but there still is more should you want it. All right, so that's a main look at the 4 different sounds that you can get from this amp, but obviously, you know, with your own styles, you can get much more out of this. What we're going to do now, I'm going to switch this back to the clean sound. That's the sound that we're going to be using for reference, and we're going to start talking about the effects section. As I mentioned earlier, the reverb level works on its own independent pot. So bringing in the reverb on half, you get this. By taking the reverb all the way to the top, just so you can hear how much there is in there. What this enables you to do is whichever other effects that you bring into the amp, you can obviously mix the right amount of reverb that you want in with the other effects. So now we're going to start bringing in our main effects with the black switch at the end. You'll see that when I first bring it in, there's 3 different colors within here, and there's some writing just above the black button, which tells you what each effect is, you know, which color it corresponds to. So pressing it once brings up green, and that tells me just on the panel there, this is our echo sound. What I'm going to do is put the effect, depth and adjust controls on half to begin with, so we get this kind of thing. So you can hear we've got quite a quick delay. Now the way that these 2 controls work enables you to have as much effect as you want and have it as intense as you want as well. So with depth, by increasing the effect depth, that's now controlling the level of the echo that's with the dry guitar signal. So if I put the effect depth all the way to the top as it is now, it comes in much louder. Now if I change the adjust and I take the adjust up, it will slow down the speed of the delays. You can go all the way to the top with that to make them slower if you want, or if you wanted quicker delays, and just bring it down. Which is cool for getting this kind of slapback kind of echo effect. So if you didn't want as much as that, you can take the depth down. Obviously, if you still wanted a really slow delay and long, but you didn't want so much of it, you just, you know, you can have this kind of thing. You can only just hear it there in the background. So once again, you can have these effects as subtle as you want. So putting the depth and the adjust back to the middle, we're now going to move on to the next effect just by pressing the black button again. We're now onto orange, which is telling us we've got this kind of vibe sound. So first off, with the 2 in the middle, you get this. Now I'm going to change the depth first. I'm going to bring the depth up to about 3/4. That's with the depth on max now, and you can hear that the amount of vibe is so much deeper. And with the adjust, it will control the speed. So if I want to slow that down, I bring the adjust down. So we've got this really nice sort of subtle, slow moving vibe. Or if I want it more intense, this is with the adjust on 3/4, so it'll be a much quicker vibe sound. Or with that flat out. As you can hear, these are really good quality effects as well, and obviously they've been designed specifically for this range. So taking it back to the middle, the last effect that we've got in the effects bank just here is our chorus. So with both the depth and the adjust controls on half, we get this. Changing the depth obviously will change the depth of the chorus. So if I wanted to make that chorus real nice and deep, I turn it all the way up. It sort of starts to give that, obviously, that really deep kind of almost out of tune kind of chorus sound. Taking it back to 3/4. Taking the adjust up now, we'll adjust the speed of the chorus. With the adjust all the way up. So again, with both of them all the way up, I can get this really kind of crazy chorus sound. Or if I just wanted that nice kind of subtleness to it, I could bring the depth down to half and the adjust down to just under half on about 1/3, something like that. Obviously mix that in with your reverb if you wanted to, and you get this really nice kind of sound. Okay, so that's a quick look at the effects. Obviously these effects work across the board on both channels, but the coolest thing is this. If you set an effect for the clean channel, as we have done there, the chorus, we've set it like that, so we've now got this kind of sound. What I'm going to do now is move over to the overdrive channel, and what you might notice as we move over to the overdrive channel is the effect disappears. This is because you can assign a different effect for each channel. So we've already set up that nice chorus for the clean channel, and what we're going to do now is set up another effect for the overdrive channel. We could have the same if we wanted to. We could have no effects as it is at the moment because we haven't set any, but I actually want to put some of that nice that echo on there, so for a nice bit of delay for solos and stuff. So I'm going to set it up the way I want it. So we've now got that delay set for the overdrive channel, and then quite simply when we move back to the clean channel, our chorus is recalled. We don't have delay on there because that's not what we set. So it makes it really, really useful to be able to assign different effects for the different channels. And what we're going to do now, after looking at all the sounds and everything that the Haze 40 contains, we're going to take a quick look at the rear panel. On the rear panel of the Haze 40, firstly you're going from left to right, you've got your emulated line out, followed by your speaker outputs. Also you can run an extension cabinet from here. Then you've got your built-in effects loop with a switch on and off and your inputs for return and send. Finally, you've got the white nut for your foot switch, which comes included with the amp. Also available is the Haze 4-way foot switch, where you can change the channel, turn the overdrive boost on and off. You're also able to store another type of effect to the overdrive boost if you want. Then you can turn your reverb on and off and turn your overall effects on and off too. For more information on this amp and others in the Marshall Haze range, please contact your local Marshall dealer.
Thank you.